On this episode of Searching for History, we're checking out the Molson Ghost Town. Molson was founded in 1900.
This is the Molson Trading Company Mercantile. It's too bad there aren't any windows on it anymore.
Nope. There is a lovely painting, though.
Look, this says Molson Mercantile Company. The story of Molson. Founded by the Molsons of Montreal, Quebec, as a mining and townsite venture, it boomed in 1900 and died in 1901. Homesteaders came, then the road came in 1905. Molson built up again to become the commercial center of the Okanogan Highlands. The peak population was 700. Its trading area reached from 20 miles south to 10 miles into Canada. In its heyday, Molson was the biggest railroad freight shipper from Oroville to Spokane.
Yeah.
So it's saying Molson's at an elevation of 3,708 feet. Molson was also the recreation center of the Highlands with hotels, cafes, a confectionery, a barber and beauty shops, pool halls, 2 movie theaters, regular dances, and Masonic lodges, as well as the Grange, 5 churches, a Union high school, plus summer and winter sports. It was quite the town.
Yeah.
Well, let's go check out the Molson School Museum. The Molson School Museum is open daily 10 to 5. The Molson School was built in 1914 and served as a 12-year school from 1915 to 1962. In 1962, the high school students were bused to Oroville as part of a centralization process, which was completed in 1969 when the school was closed. Wow, look at the classrooms. We have Abraham Lincoln and George Washington. Now look at the size of these desks. They're really small.
The children must have been really tiny.
Got hot water heaters. Well, okay, so this is grades 1 and 2 in this room.
So little kids.
Yeah.
Opening exercises, reading, recess, arithmetic, lunch, spelling and writing, social studies / science, PE, health, music, and sharing.
A school in Washington State has Robert E. Lee on the wall. Recruit Battalion 5th Engineers, 1918. So right here behind me is the record player for the silent movie theater here in Molson. You can see it had 2 turntables, and that way they could always have the next song ready to go so they could keep moving on song to song as the silent movie progressed.
Down at the bottom of this glass case here, we have a bulk spice cabinet that was in the store just across the street that we saw earlier.
Yeah, the Molson Mercantile.
The Molson Mercantile, and it was there in the 1920s. It looks like there were storage slots for cloves, pepper, allspice, cinnamon, cream of tartar, baking powder, and mustard. So I believe you pour the spices in at the top and you get them out at the bottom.
Well, Erin, you've been asking for a new washing machine.
Yep, this is clearly the...
Hey, this is like a modern washing machine.
Yeah.
I'm not talking the scrub board.
It's true. Or the mangle over there. It washes here, and does it bring it out there? I don't really know.
I don't know. It's spin and rinse.
I think you still have to crank it though.
Probably. Principal's office? Yeah, the superintendent's office. Now they have a bunch of like typewriters and things like that in here. So now we're in the assembly room. They have it set up like a schoolroom at the moment, but this is where the whole school would come for assembly. And so here's the stage. This is actually a really big school for its day.
Yeah.
So this map here is showing the Confederate States, 1860 to 1861, so the Confederacy isn't fully formed. We got the Louisiana Purchase. Check out the school library, Erin. And more offices in here. Okay, so here's the room where they taught science. I'm really impressed they actually would have a designated science classroom. You have the different chemicals up there and glassware. And look at this old periodic table. It's 1954.
Don't you think people went to school here for a long time after it was built?
I think so. Look at these specimens.
Wow. Oh, look, they have purple glass.
This purple glass you see in here, that's manganese glass. So manganese was used to clarify the glass so it would be colorless. And then that dates it to, it's not newer than World War II. It was an imported mineral from Europe. With the U-boat crisis, they stopped importing it and switched to selenium to keep or make glass colorless. These are probably 1880s to 19 teens in age. Oh, look at that. It's the gymnasium. Mm-hmm. You see that? So the woman upstairs that's running this museum saying that it operated as a school from 1914 to, I think she said 1969. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, this is the basketball court. The gymnasium. Wow, everything is in this school. Now they have lots of farming equipment and tools and stuff. Woodworking tools over here. Look at this buggy. Oh, that's a nice buggy right there. Molson Cemetery, established March 19th, 1910. We thought we'd stop at the Molson Cemetery real quick, just see if we can spot some older gravestones. So here's an older one. Mary A. Hunter, born 1838 and died 1914. And Mary was a mother. It says here, heaven now retains our treasure, earth the lonely casket keeps, and the sunbeams long to linger where our sainted mother sleeps.
This gravestone is for W.T. Weaver and Glenn Weaver. William Weaver was 26 when he died, and Glenn was just an infant. The symbology here is, it shows the gates of heaven with a dove and a scroll. This represents eternal life and ascension into heaven and knowledge. The dove means peace.
The cemetery has quite a few of these gates to heaven gravestones. Here's an interesting gravestone. So you have Daniel McKinney, who died in 1911 at the age of 66. And here you have a cross with a woman throwing herself against the cross. So this could be the Virgin Mary or Mary Magdalene, possibly. Then you have these columns on either side with an arch, and on the top it says love. And then below the left column it says life. And the right column it says truth. And it says Rock of Ages. And on the top here, there's like a blanket draping down on the top of the gravestone. Maybe you'd call this a curtain?
Here we have a gravestone to Floyd, who was the son of John and Helen Weiser. He died sometime in his first year of life. This gravestone features the lamb carving here, which is the most common symbol on children's graves, and it represents innocence. Floyd was born and died in 1918.
So behind me here is the Walker and Odell Homestead Locators. It operated from 1900 to 1906. I'm going to speculate here, but I think this is kind of a land office where when people came to Molson, they would come here and get an idea of what land was still available for homesteading. Now it's kind of set up like a little museum. Look, there's a stoneware jug in here. Western stoneware. So we're going to check out this part of the ghost town where they've kind of accumulated multiple buildings in one location. So we're actually pretty close to the Canadian border, and here's the old border entry sign. Avoid penalty, report to customs, vehicles entering the United States must be reported. So this was the Molson State Bank. Wow. Oh, you can go inside. Okay, well this is definitely authentic. It has the tin roof. I'd say this is the real deal. Now look here, here's some old photographs of Molson. They're saying this is 1905 to 1910. It's hard to see them with the reflection from the windows. Some kind of machinery back here. That must be where the vault was. See that? And it's been like jackhammered apart. Prominent figures in the Molson Land Company. Here's Central Molson 1925. This is 1922. Here's Old Molson in 1906. A very dusty town.
Yeah.
I mean, 1906 in Molson looked like the 1880s. I mean, it's... Look at these, Erin. Here's Molson 1909. And a train did come to Molson. This is some kind of printing press. Yeah, it's the classic tin ceiling, and there's even tin wallpaper. It's pretty cool. Okay, here's the assay office. So this is where they would check the quality of your ore. Can't really read these, but these are different types of rock found around here. A gold pan. Different ore here on the table. The assay office of the Poland China mine has been donated to the Okanogan County Historical Society by Raymond Dart. Look at this old wood stove. That's awesome.
Wow.
Look at all the detail. Unnecessary detail that probably made it more expensive. All right, let's check out the next building. They're giving a $25 reward for something. Information leading to the conviction of anyone driving more than 15 head of horses or cattle, 30 head of sheep or hogs, or riding or driving faster than a walk across this bridge. County Commissioner. So it sounds like there was a bridge around here somewhere that they wanted people to move their cattle slowly across it.
Yeah.
So they must have feared it would collapse. But this is 1896 to 1972. Law and Order of the Highlands. So this is the sheriff's office. The lawmen of Old Molson. Says Sherling family 1902. Okay, so this is an old log cabin. This old cabin built in 1898 by Frank Fontaine, prospector and blacksmith on mining claims 1/4 miles due north, which he homesteaded October 1900. In 1902, John and Amanda Sherling and sons Ernest and Harry moved into this cabin. A family lives in this cabin, a husband, wife, and 2 sons, the Sherlings.
An entire family?
Entire family.
Aw. They must have been really good at sharing.
They must have. Wow, look at this steam tractor.
Wow.
So you would operate it from here. And so that's where you put the fuel into the boiler. And so then this would use steam pressure to run this wheel that would then, through these gears, turn the actual drive wheel.
It seems like it'd be so heavy. What would you do with it?
Steam motors were really powerful, so you would do whatever you do with a tractor. It's interesting how these towns spring up, get quite big, and then the industry just drops out and you're left with this, you know. It's cool to see, and the school is actually really neat to see, the Molson School. You know how it has all the grades up through 12 there, and then there's actually a gymnasium in the bottom, on the, you know, in the basement. And then this old Molson where they've gathered some historic buildings, put them all together. It's pretty cool.
I like all the old, like farming equipment and industry equipment around here too.
Well, that's our video on the ghost town of Molson. I hope you enjoyed it.
Don't forget to like, share, comment on this video, and please subscribe to Searching for History.
Thanks for watching.